Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is That Crazy Guy 2731, and this is formerly 1922, now known as
Film Shark. If somebody else is taking that name, let me know.
Gladly. Today we'll be taking a slightly in-depth look at the Cinema Snob film that we've just recently watched. I do have to say it was quite enjoyable.
Oh yeah, it was really funny. It had its moments though. If I had to criticize it, it's that it's kind of hard to criticize because
definitely, yes.
It
definitely doesn't have the highest production value, we'll say.
From what I hear, it's about
for professionals. Keep that
about $20,000.
$20,000, yes.
It's still really good. It's just that I don't know, some of its night shots were a little
flunky.
Not flunky. The camera was still. It's just that I don't know. Lighting was a bit weird, but it's $20,000, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was just a little grainy at times.
Sometimes
see the edges.
What I know sometimes is that the camera was so shiny that sometimes some of the elements of fear were kind of disappeared in the film itself.
What do you mean elements of fear was?
Because the film was so clean cut, the way the film was presented, that sometimes I forgot to be scared.
I don't know if I saw what you saw.
Well, we must have seen different things there. That's understandable, of course.
Let's just get some of these credits out first. Director was Ryan Mitchell. You heard of him?
Never. No, I've never heard of a Ryan Mitchell before.
The writer and the star of the film was Brad Jones, also known as the Cinema Snob. Now, Crazy Guy here is a bigger fan of Cinema Snob than I am.
I'm afraid I'm a big fan.
I like Cinema Snob. It's just that I'm not into the stuff he reviews. I mean, occasionally I'm into it. I really liked his Ricky O review, but I'm into his persona, just not the stuff he reviews. Though I do kind of like his DVD-DR thing.
Yeah. I still need to watch Caligula, so that's still up. So.
It also stars, I think his friend was Jack Novell, the guy that his roommate.
Right.
Plays the guy called, and also stars the spoony one, Noah Antweiler. Brad Jones plays a guy named Craig Golightly. Also known as, he also goes by the name Vincent Don, which apparently was a Mattei.
Yeah, it was a Mattei name used, false name.
Bruno Mattei.
Yeah.
Also, Jack Novell plays a guy named Neil Hall. And Noah Antweiler plays Gene.
Of course, the Gene character, I honestly will say, was probably the best part of the film. Best lines, most hilarious. Also, one of the weirdest scenes I've seen in a movie.
Well, which one was that?
When he started walking towards the street. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Where the fuck was he going?
They
reminds me of that Patton Oswalt joke about fuck squatch. Where the fuck was he going? Anyway, it was probably part of the joke, but still, it was one of those. Yeah, it was funny. See, and Candy, there's.
Well, to be honest, though, these are definitely not A-list actors.
Can you pronounce that last name?
Let's see.
The guy that plays Vladimir.
Orlando Bellizel. Well, here's the problem.
Yeah, that guy played both the Guardian Angel in Nostalgia Curse Review, and didn't he play the villain in Suburban Nights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the thing about Vladimir Jackson, unfortunately, is that he's not actually black. You see, because he's a brown guy pretending to be black.
What the hell are you talking about?
The actor, as well as the character, he's brown. He's not black. There's a difference. The shades and skin are different.
What the? How?
For instance,
isn't he African American?
No, he's not. He looks more Indian.
He's from India?
Yeah, he looks like he's from India.
Where are you getting your info from? That's bullshit.
Sheesh.
Dude!
Did I mention something?
You haven't looked that up.
No, I didn't.
You think he's Indian, but you haven't looked. He's African American.
Right, I know, but I did think it, hence it could be true. By the way, did you realize? So we have a running joke going on. Do you realize the screen is black?
Don't. No, we're not doing edits again.
I'm not going to do it, but it's just...
If he hasn't posted the blooper yet from the first episode, he kept getting up and every time we're filming off a webcam, off of a laptop, and he keeps getting pissed every time the screen is black. Don't get up. Okay?
I'm tempted to, though.
Don't! We had to edit it so much last time. Don't. Anyway, was it Orlando Basil?
Something along those lines.
Anyway, he was pretty good. I like that when he was finally getting to that character, like at the end of the movie, when he was finally getting at the the character of Black Angus. That was just, it was cool.
I didn't find it overly hilarious, but it had its moments. It definitely did.
Neil Hall, the character of Neil Hall, the friend to the main character, Greg Golightly, was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, definitely. The technician for the film they were trying to make. Director, technician, along those lines. He was doing a lot of jobs. Probably the laziest character in the film. Still enjoyable. He was eating like pieces of bologna while sitting on the couch while everybody else was doing shit. Yeah, that was fun.
Have you heard of the director, Ryan Mitchell? Hold on a second. Oh, Ryan Mitchell also played Dan Phillips.
Really? Oh yeah, I knew about that. Yeah, he was a pretty good actor. In fact, he was played that kind of pretentious asshole you pretty much expect to see.
Yeah.
It's also quite interesting because the Cinema Snob film came out in September 2012.
Okay, sorry about that edit there. Just we got into a different discussion there. Let's just focus back on the movie. We were discussing a controversy involving backouttheclasses.com, but let's focus on the film.
The film was great.
Yeah, it was great. Brad Jones was. I was surprised by how well the acting was. The acting was really great. I mean, I know these people have experience in acting with their whole critic personas, but what was done here was actually. This was really awesome.
Oh, definitely.
Also, I think I know these are completely different genres, but I really like the Cinema Snob. I really like this movie more than Brad Jones's other work.
Oh, yeah.
What was that called again?
He had Paranoia that came out.
Paranoia. I didn't like Paranoia that much.
I actually like this more than a lot of the Deck Out of Glasses productions. Much more. I liked it better than Suburban Nights.
As Suburban Nights, there were some problems. It was really difficult to make a film that could really succeed Kick-Assia.
Yeah.
And I don't Suburban Nights was funny and all that, but I don't think it really brought it up. The fourth one that came after Suburban Nights, I felt was a real good successor to Kick-Assia.
Oh, very good,
But Suburban Nights was good. It's just the game wasn't stepped up that much.
Maybe the fact that we're talking about all these subjects, maybe it's because even though I really did enjoy the Cinema Snob film, maybe it's not as interesting as we like to hope to it.
Well, I felt it was funny, and
I was enjoying.
I like the subject, this whole alternate origins of the Cinema Snob, kind of almost like Tenacious D style.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about Tenacious D movie because I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but
I'm oblivious to what's going on there.
Anyway, let's go down the list here. How do you feel about the Neil Hall character?
Neil Hall. Who was that again?
The roommate.
Oh.
The roommate to the Greg Golightly character.
Oh yeah, he was alright. Enjoyable, kind of wonderfully lazy and all that, but sometimes he's a bit unlikable in his douchebaggery, but what do you expect?
No, Antoine's character, the spoon Gene. That guy was cool.
That was awesome. Hilariously rich and kind of making little puns about it here and there. That was fun.
Yeah, let's see. Ed Glazer, I know he only played a small bit, but that was, what was that with that Jesus stuff, man?
It was,
Ed Glazer, he's the guy who brought us, Rampage.
Yeah, that was intentionally supposed to be weird. It kind of worked. But actually, I want to mention a problem I had with the film. And this is a serious problem, though. There's a lot of scenes where there's nothing actually going on. What
do you mean not going on?
there's a lot of scenes where there's complete silence. And there's sometimes you want. I'm trying to think. Sometimes they could cut maybe a little bit sooner, a bit later. A couple spots.
I don't know. I always felt like in films like these, sometimes like silence kind of works with it.
Sometimes it didn't for me. It felt some of the editing could have tweaked a little. But I'm nitpicking, aren't I? Yes, I must be.
Ever since I watched this film, I always like. Well, since I watched this film, like I always I really wish now that they. That some of the other critics did something like this, where they made origin stories.
I know, but I'm not sure all of them are as devoted to making films themselves instead of reviews, because making a review and a film
and it might be like for some of them it might be difficult to come up with the money. Like this costs like $20,000,
and Brad Jones probably knows people that can support that.
Yeah,
funds makes sense.